Yo, what's going on, guys? So in my last video, I was using what I think is one of the worst guns in Warzone, the M13, and I showed you guys how I got a ton of kills with it. Now, a lot of people were telling me that the M13 was good and that it was actually their favorite weapon. And so in this video, I decided to get a win with ground loot. The only problem here is that the ground loot I had was probably like 50 times better than the M13 because one of the attachments it had. In this game, most of my kills came from the blue C58. If you guys haven't picked this gun off the ground, it actually has a 4x scope. And I don't know how nobody's found out about it, but it is completely broken. I don't usually say something's broken too often, but the ground loot C58 didn't even have a barrel or an agency suppressor, and I was still mapping people with this thing. This 4x scope made it feel like the gun had next to no recoil, and it also made it really easy to hit shots since the players were so big on my screen. One thing to note when you pick this scope is make sure you change the reticle, because the default one is very cluttered and there's a lot of other cleaner options. I personally like precision, but obviously it's preference. Since I was using ground loot, this isn't the exact build I had, but these are the best attachments you can get. But anyways, hit that like button if you guys enjoyed, and subscribe so you don't miss any more Warzone tips like this. Let's get into it. So getting into the game, I landed military because there was a Bertha there and there was also plenty of bounties I could do. So from that bunker, I was able to get a C58 and a Milano, and now I see fighting over here, so I'm just headed over to try and get some third parties. And I see a guy in the bunker. The only problem is if I hop out on this guy and challenge him, I'm going to get third party from the people from this guy right here who just locked onto me. So I have to be kind of careful of that. So I try to go challenge this guy, but my Bertha was in the way. So I move it. He fights the guy in the hangar. The guy in the hangar gets him a little weak. As you see, he ends up being one shot and I get that kill. As I was getting out of there, I started getting shot at by a guy deeper into melee. So I rotate up to try and get a better angle on him. Now you see him get on the roof. He starts taking shots. And I see him hop down and start a reload animation. So I quickly go for a jump peek since I know he's going to be in a reload. And I start getting shot in the back. So I have to quickly get into cover and reset this gunfight. And now I know where he is. I'm able to take him from an angle where he's not going to expect me. And we get that kill. From that last kill, I'm sure you guys saw how the scope made the recoil so easy. But anyways, we swap out our truck, we get this buggy. And it's also got a trophy on it, which is important to note since he has a crossbow. So we pull up to him, we seat swap, we catch him off guard. He doesn't even really see us. He's still shooting his crossbow and we get the kill. So I have this house ping because there was a guy in here on my UAV. And you see him right there hugging the wall shooting me. I'm able to scope in, and since he's such a big target on my screen because of the 4x, I'm able to hit all chest shots. Now after that kill, I ended up grabbing a bounty, and so I'm going to push him for some money. Unfortunately, you see my vehicle get flipped here, so I have to play this fight a little bit more normally. So I rotate around, and you're going to see he's looking on the hill where I was before. I can't really see him there because of the fence. So I get some shots on him, I get the armor break, and I get 2 more fleshies. And usually I don't like pushing, but since he's so weak, I kind of have to. So I push through, I clear all my corners, make sure I'm side canceling, and we hunt him down. After that last kill, I made sure I went straight to a vehicle, since if you guys didn't know, vehicles are a must-have for me in solos. They pretty much guarantee you a little bit of safety. And so I'm headed towards my bounty. He starts driving towards me. I'm pretty sure he's going for his loadout. So we seat swap. If someone's driving towards you, you generally have a very good angle, and you're able to hit some really nice shots on them. So I popped the UAV. As you see, it shows him above, so I'm guessing he's probably second story of this house. But it also shows him a little bit outside, and I didn't see him outside. So you're going to see me in a second look up. And then I go for wall bangs, and he ends up just being outside laying prone. So he runs in the house. And now I know he's probably going to go upstairs since that's what people love doing. So I go rotate around and try and get an angle on this other window. As you see, he peeks, and we hit him with the snaking movement I talked about a bunch last video, and we get an easy kill. So I'm pushing this other guy on my UAV. He again runs inside like every other solo player, and we don't push buildings. This guy could have a shotgun with claymores for all we know, so we just wait for him to peek us. And with this 4x scope, it makes shots like this super easy. And another thing I wanted to say is I pop my dead silence, pretty much just because we don't want to take any risks. If you die with a dead silence in your inventory, there was no point to it, right? You might as well have just used it and tried to outplay the situation with it. In solos especially, you want to use every resource you need for every gunfight, just because if you do get a little sloppy, you won't have a teammate to back you up. Now remember in the beginning of the video when I was telling you guys to switch the reticle if you do decide to use this gun? Here's an example of why the default one is so bad. So I get this guy to peek me, I get an armor break, and he repositions, And because of the reticle, I just kind of lose him and miss all my shots. So that was a bit unfortunate, but we got gulag, so we're going to regain. And I'm sure you guys have all seen my gulag video, so you guys know how to play these perfectly. I just get to the jacuzzi head glitch, and I try and just get him from there. Get an easy pick. So now that I'm at a gulag, I'm in a bit of a dilemma. Since I want my old loot back, since the ground loot guns I had were so good. But I know he's right on it since he didn't take my car and rotate out, but I end up just sending it anyways. And I see him on the right there. He gets some shots on me. I'm able to get my guns back. Unfortunately, he makes a good play and starts disabling my vehicle. But since it's still in the way, blocking his vision, I rotate straight back to get to this hut. Now, another unfortunate thing is that I only picked up 5 bullets. But I use those 5 bullets, I hit him with it, and now I go to close the gap since I know he's going to be plating. Another thing to note is that I have a stun. So I kind of just slow peek, wait to get an angle on him. Now that I see him, I unpeek, I throw the stun. He's forced to run forward to evade it, and I jump around and catch him in a sprint. So I see plenty of red dots over here. Beams like this are so easy with the 4 times. I feel like I'd never be able to do that with the 3 times, but we just mapped that guy. Now you see there's a guy ground level with me. I'm trying to get him to peek. Also a jailbreak just went off, so people are about to start landing in. So I hear enemy dropping in. That guy looks AFK, but we didn't get an angle on him. The guy I just killed is also landing in. So he hit some good shots on him and we get that kill. So in that area we were at, my car got RPG'd, which is going to be important to know because it's going to affect my decision making. But I end up rotating to this car. There ends up being a guy right next to me. He has a sniper out, so I immediately go to challenge him. Because he has a sniper out, he's only going to have 1 shot to pretty much kill me. And I like my odds with that gunfight. So I had a guy on my UAV in this hangar. He wasn't peeking me, so I kind of just wait for zone to push him out. I see him right there, so I hop out, go for shots on him. Again, the 4-time scope just makes that gunfight look so much easier than it actually is. And I hop up on the car to get a little bit better of an angle on him so I can get the full. He ends up selfing and I get the kill. So I see a guy in this hangar on my UAV. I'm thinking that this might be the guy with the RPG because he could have easily just rotated down from there. And I see he's actually in the hangar to the right. So as soon as he peeks out, I hop out immediately just because I know if I didn't, he would have RPG'd my vehicle. And also since he has his RPG in hand, it makes it an easy kill just like that last guy with the sniper was. So now I'm driving around. I see a whole bunch of vehicles to my right, which is why I rotated over here. I'm sure someone's camping in this building. And surely enough, they are. And we love gunfights like this. They're super easy. You just get out, you beam him. I didn't even have to hit him with the snake. And as I said before, you don't want to be leaving utility. I actually dump all my utility in on this guy. I have restock, so it's not too big of a deal. But yeah, you don't want to get sloppy at all in solos. Alright, so on my orange ping, I had a guy on my UAV earlier. So what I do is I drive up the hill to get high ground on him. And I see him right there on those rocks. Also, a truck starts driving up towards him as well. So he's kind of forced to run towards me, and I get the easy kill. Even if he wasn't, I would have got the kill anyways because I had high ground. But it just made it a little bit easier. So this truck pulls up. He hops out probably to get some shots on me. I chuck a stun. He gets back in his vehicle, but I had a good angle on the driver's seat, so I get free beams on it. So I got a UAV, and I see a ping in the building where I got a kill earlier. So obviously I go for it. I love gunfights like this. There's so many ways to kill these types of players. And especially with this 4-time scope, it makes it so easy. So I rotate up the hill, just because I wanted to take out the player in this house. He's probably got the strongest spot in zone, so I kind of just want to get rid of him. And even though I want to kill him so bad, I don't change my strategy and push the building. It's super risky and I don't like doing that. So I like taking gunfights from a distance. So we peek the window and we get the free beams. So now zone's shifting, and believe it or not, there's another player in this house. I watched him go in and now he's just not peeking me. But I end up seeing a player down to my east down the hill. So I just go for him instead of wasting time on the guy up the hill. So as you see, I see this guy get his loadout. I see him run up with an RPG. I seat swap him while he's still in a sprint. It didn't even matter that he had an RPG because I had a trophy. But anyways, we seat swap for the kill. So as I've talked about before, in the final circle, vehicles are going to be super strong because you're always going to be able to out-rotate everyone when the zone starts shifting. And in this situation, this guy was just laying prone on one of the rocks and not peeking me, so I kind of just had to do this anyways. At the time, I was thinking that he might not even be able to get up the hill, and then I might just get the free win. But he ends up making it out, and since we have high ground, he's got the gas on his back, we're going to be able to get the kill. We see him right there, we hop out, and we get the kill. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. The support you guys have been showing me lately has been insane. So I'm super thankful for that. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time.